Hey everybody, my name is Lisa Taylor. I am a physical education specialist. I was with the Calgary Board of Education for 9 years. I taught everything from grade 1 to grade 12. I am also the Health and Physical Education Council of the Alberta Teachers Association, Calgary Regional Representative, and I'm also the ATEPI, the Alberta Teacher Educators of Physical and Health Education Chair. Currently, I'm a PhD student and sessional instructor at the University of Calgary, and my research is focusing in comprehensive school health. Today I'm here to talk to you about Active 365. Active 365 is a challenge that I started with my students in 2015, and it was in response to just the amount of time that I saw my students engaging with their social media. They were taking selfies, they were constantly on their phones, and I thought, okay, I gotta not reject this and instead embrace it. The whole idea behind Active 365 is that I wanted to use what they love to show me how they were being active as part of a healthy lifestyle at home on their own time. The Active 365 program that I did as a teacher was done when I was a high school teacher. However, this is a great opportunity for anywhere from grades 7 to 12. So how it works is students would use their social media. So I set up a Twitter account, I set up a Snapchat account, and an Instagram account at the time, and I asked them to take a photo of themselves being active and then write Active 365 in the description, as well as a description of what they were doing if it wasn't otherwise obvious in the photo. So this is the assignment that I handed to my students. It's just a poster that I actually posted in the hallways at the time, but that you could post on a D2L interface, for example. And it would just say, if you're interested in bonus marks at the high school level, if that's something you wanted to do, or not even bonus marks really, but just marks, because this is directly related to the curriculum. So every time you're active outside, you can earn marks. All you have to do is sign up or sign in, preferably sign in because we're trying to use technology that students already use and enjoy. Type in my username, you can hit follow so that the students then know where to find you, okay, or where to direct their post. Then tweet or Insta or snap a selfie of you being active with a caption that explains what you are doing if it's not otherwise obvious. Make sure to include Active 365 in the description, and then to feel good about being active as part of a healthy lifestyle because it's good for your heart and your brain. You can tweet the same activity 10 times and then switch it up. Now the reason why I did that was because some students said, yeah, I do this or I go to this practice every day, especially at the high school level where they're involved in competitive sports. They could be doing the same thing every day. And I really wanted them to show me different ways that they could be active on their own time. So they could send me 10 posts of themselves walking their dog. They could send me 10 posts of themselves lifting weights. And so the whole point of even allowing them to do the same thing 10 times is that they are demonstrating how to live an active lifestyle. And then the physical activity requirements, you have to be active for at least 20 minutes at a time in 10-minute chunks or more. And that comes from the World Health Organization that recommends that from ages 18 and on as an adult, you should be getting 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity per week. Now, in high school, quite often Phys Ed 10 in Alberta is the last stop for a student with regards to receiving, sort of mandatory physical activity as part of their schedule in school. So I wanted them to leave with the tools to understand how they could be active every day once they had graduated high school. At the junior high level, it might be a little different. You might want to look at 60 minutes because 60 minutes is the requirement for under the age of 18. So 60 minutes per day. Now, the Active 365 tag, when posted publicly, allowed for connectivity between the students. I would see their post and then retweet it or put it on my feed. Now, what's important to consider is that what your flexibility is and how involved you can be on social media with your students. What was also great about the social media aspect was that my students, if they didn't want to communicate what they were doing publicly, but they still wanted to engage in the Active 365 project, they could send pictures to me privately as well through the social media, or they could email it to me, or I've had other teachers use Google Classroom to send it to them. So there's a bunch of different options with regards to how students can actually get you the photo. What's great about taking selfies and documenting what you're doing on your own time is that I got an opportunity to get a peek into student physical literacy journeys. So they were showing me what they were inherently motivated to do with their own time when it came to physical activity. Active 365 is also great to just open up conversations about what is physical activity and what counts as physical activity. So active transportation, cleaning, rigorous cleaning around the house, walking to the bus stop in the morning, doing yard work, and also recreational things that kids might like to do or students might like to do, like skateboarding with their friends, climbing trees, and that sort of thing. So it was a great opportunity to have a conversation about what physical activity actually is. Now, I also used Active 365 to give my students bonus marks when they were at the high school level. At the junior high level, it was tough to give them bonus marks because of the 4-point scale, but at the high school level, it was really quite easy. And what I did was that, take for example, you have a unit. Say that it's evaluated by effort, theoretical and applied knowledge, and attitude and leadership. And within that unit, maybe it's 40% effort, 20% for theoretical and applied knowledge, and 40% for attitude and leadership. What I would do is I would give them 5% bonus for their effort mark within the unit during the time that they sent me the photo. So if they sent me an Active 365 photo during a badminton unit of them shooting pucks, playing hockey, I would give them a 5% boost in their badminton unit because they are demonstrating a curricular objective that is related. And at the high school level, D10-1, students will demonstrate a commitment to an active lifestyle through participation in and out of class. D20-1 and D30-1, students will model an active lifestyle, are all curricular objectives that are related to demonstrating and embracing an active lifestyle. So I would give them a 5% boost within their effort mark for that unit. Now, curricular objectives at the junior high school level can also be achieved. All you have to do is add in the hashtag benefits or a description as to how the individual benefits from the physical activity. So take, for example, the D7-1 curricular objective says participate regularly in and identify the benefits of an active lifestyle. D8-1 is participate regularly in and identify and describe the benefits of an active lifestyle. And D9-1 to participate regularly in and realize the benefits of an active lifestyle. Some extra considerations for Active 365 is I never made it mandatory. So part of that comes from not wanting to pressure students into doing this, but also realizing that not every student has a mobile device, or not every student's parent has a device that can take photos of them being active. So I didn't want anyone to be excluded. Some ways that I felt I benefited from the experience: I gained better relationships with my students because I got to see what they were doing on their own time. And what I loved personally about the Active 365 challenge is that it has really challenged me to model what I'm asking. So the premise behind the name Active 365 is that we're finding time to be active every day to support our wellness and our well-being as individuals. It challenged me to be active, just like I was asking my students. So every day I would be active. I'd take a photo, I'd tag Active 365 in the description, and participate along with my students. And my students would say, hey, Miss Taylor, I saw you walking your dog or biking, and we would find things that we had in common. Like, I was having conversations with my students about their pets and how it's their responsibility to take their dog for a walk. It would just stimulate some really genuine conversations that I don't think would have really happened, especially in a face-to-face circumstance, but just in like a teacher-student relationship where students don't necessarily get much of a peek into the life of a teacher. So it was really great that way, where the conversations were reciprocated. Now, what's nice too about the social media aspect is, for example, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, which a lot of students don't use. You can get notifications, right? So whereas, when I'm not with them, I really miss that opportunity to give them that immediate feedback, right? In the moment when they demonstrate something great. And so when I get that notification, I can click in right away and go, hey, nice work, way to go, way to challenge yourself, or how did you feel, or was it tough to do this, or I could challenge them, I could push them. It could also tie in other health outcomes. That aspect of social media is actually really beneficial. So at the end of the month, I would also send out a tweet or a snap or an Insta with the photos of the students that had posted publicly, and celebrated them, because it was so great that they were sharing that with their community, and I wanted to celebrate their accomplishment. Now, what does this look like during these times that are totally unprecedented? One school that I know of, they're setting their D2L shell up into 3-week modules, and then students can choose from a variety of activities. So one thing that you could do to set the Active 365 program up now, or during times where we're not in school with students and we're at a distance, is to set up your D2L shells. And then what you could do is have, say, your introductory module could be, show me how you are active on your own time. Because a lot of students are coming into, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, 10, 11, 12 class with ways that they enjoy being active. So celebrating that and saying, show me what you do, show me what you love to do. Here's the Active 365 challenge. Another way to do it at the end of a semester could be, show me how you've loved being active on your own time at a distance using the Active 365 challenge. And then Active 365 could also be adapted to achieve other curricular outcomes. So when I did some research with Active 365 as part of my thesis, one of the teachers that engaged in the program actually found a lot of benefit talking about other physical education outcomes, like having conversations about body image and performance enhancing substances. They'd have conversations with their students through social media, and it provided an opportunity to have conversations that were otherwise sometimes difficult to do in class or in person, or to achieve in person or in a traditional sense. So you could use Active 365 to do that as well, but also you could do a module on dance activities, or multiple modules on dance activities. And one of the activities that you had in your module could also be find a dance on social media, and then use Active 365, take a photo of yourself being active doing it, and submit it. You could also use a TikTok challenge, so you could find some different TikTok videos that demonstrate different dances and engage students that way. So the purpose for Active 365 at the end of the day is to engage students in being active, doing what they love to do on their own time, and to engage them in the technology that they love to use, their phones, their other mobile devices, as well as social media. And it's so great to see when students engage that they show us how they like to be active, and that's something that we can take as a hint and use towards instruction moving forward in the semester. So if you have any questions or suggestions regarding Active 365, I would love to hear them. Please connect with me on Twitter at Lisa MP Taylor. And if you have any comments or any ways that you see could be beneficial, I would love to communicate that to others. And just some final thoughts. You're doing great work. Keep it up. You can do it. Don't forget to take time for your own wellness. That is so critical. And thank you for joining me. If you're interested in more professional development in Alberta for physical and health education, make sure to click on the HPEC subscription link that is below in the video description and sign up as an HPEC member. Thanks so much, and have a great summer, and take care.